Thank you for joining us for another episode of DuckU News. I'm Katie Poland.
And I'm Lorianne Osio. The Egyptian revolution took center stage at the University of Oregon this week. In the face of Hosni Mubarak's refusal to step down as the ruler of Egypt, the Arab Student Union set up a campus discussion on the ongoing protests and the current revolutions in the Arab world. I took a deeper look into just how students are responding to the unfolding events in Egypt.
When it comes to a revolution, you can't believe all you see and hear. For example, you can't assume the Egyptian protest was a spur-of-the-moment happening. That was one of the messages conveyed at an Arab student event examining the Egyptian protest for the last 3 weeks.
One of the challenges, I think, of watching television as a source for your news solely is that certain movements fall out of historical context.
Part of the focus at the session was the history of the oppression of the Egyptian people. Students were encouraged to ask questions about the protesters' demands for the end to martial law, for open elections, and for no more police brutality. Organizers urged the audience to keep an open mind.
Part of what we're here to do is to open the space for people to come to events like this and hopefully gain a different perspective that complicates it.
And while many here take it for granted that there will be easily available coverage of what's happening in Egypt, Arabic professor Hanan Ahmad says the people in Egypt couldn't see what was going on because of media censorship.
So from here in Eugene, she used Facebook to share information with the protesters in Egypt.
I started to circulate the videos from Al Jazeera, CNN, and talk to them one-on-one and explain to them that giving him a chance to complete his term till the end of September will not help if he hasn't done anything to the country but paying for 30 years.
For Ahmad, the effort was worth it.
This is the least I could do for the great people who sacrificed their lives for their country, for my children and other people's children to live in dignity and freedom.
For DuckU News, this is Lorianne Osio.
Within 12 hours from the end of this event, the primary demand of the protesters in Egypt would be met. President Hosni Mubarak would resign, but the future of the people of Egypt is still uncertain.
Here in Oregon, State Senate Bill 536, a proposal to ban plastic bags, has been blowing up quite a storm. If passed, Oregon would be the first state to instigate such a ban. While the ban is intended to reduce waste, some fear the unintentional consequences may result in job loss in the plastic industry. The bill's fate will be decided within the next 2 months.
Continuing its reputation as a green state, Oregon has been named the electric car capital of America, according to INC magazine. While the Toyota Prius is a popular mainstream car among many Oregonians, a new type of smart car, Arcimoto, originates right here in Eugene. 27 electric car companies are located between Eugene and Portland. Later this year, Arcimoto will be introducing its latest model, the Pulse LT.
Discrimination can man itself in many forms. While student groups on campus regularly deal with issues of class, racism, and homophobia, the university recently held a forum to discuss a topic unfamiliar to many students, autism. DuckU reporter Sharon McCabe has a story.
On February 2nd, LLC Performance Hall hosted a video presentation and panel discussion tackling the issues of autism at the University of Oregon.
The community here is very small and very hidden. So it definitely opened my eyes a lot more.
The first hour was a video presentation from Gallaudet University. Later, professors Peter Quint, Jill Larson, and others discussed how autism is discrimination against those who are deaf and hard of hearing.
Well, if you are a deaf or hard of hearing student, what would be most difficult? Isolation, you know.
The purpose of the panel was to raise awareness and inspire further discussion about autism.
Autism, you know, which really it happens a lot with students taking my classes. It happens, you know, it happens every day with people, well-meaning people, but they're just not aware that they're maybe an attitude that speech is better or hearing is better, kind of putting you down a little bit.
The evening ended with a question and answer session where the panel instructed students how to recognize and avoid autism in their everyday lives.
Dean Francis Bronetz of the U of O School of Architecture and Allied Arts has received the Distinguished Professor Award from the Association of Collegiate Schools of Architecture. The award is given to those who demonstrate sustained creative achievement in the advancement of architectural education through teaching, design, scholarship, research, or service. Bronett plans to attend the ACSA's 99th award ceremony in her hometown of Montreal next month. Congratulations.
The university is no stranger to the increase in freshman enrollment. The 2011-2012 freshman class is slated to be the largest yet. This sudden increase in enrollment has led to a demand for more residence halls and more accommodating teaching facilities.
So certainly enrollment is a big part of it, and as tuition goes up, as you know it has been going up and will continue to go up, you have to provide first-class facilities for students.
The university's residence halls currently house around 3,200 students, and with new halls being built, that number is soon to go up to 4,200.
Faculty from the U of O School of Dance proved they had the moves to back up their words. This past weekend, the annual Faculty Dance Showcase was held in the Doherty Theater. Students were given something to strive for as faculty dancers performed all styles of dance for a sold-out opening night audience.
If your dorm room is looking a little bit bare, the EMU Craft Show might be the inspiration you need to inspire your creative side. The annual show features various crafts from instructors and student staff. The Craft Center is located in the basement of the EMU and admission is free, so stop by to see all kinds of homemade goodies.
Well, we're going to have to check that out soon.
Yeah, I hear you can sign up for workshops and things.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, I always wanted to do what Demi Moore did in Ghost with that pottery wheel thing, so we got to go check that out. Well, that's it for DuckU News. I'm Lorianne Ossio.
And I'm Katie Pullen. See you next week.